Joining me today on the Sunday Sit-Down are members from the UAH men's and women's basketball team. We got Coach Andrea Lemon, we got Max Shulman, and we got Coach John Shulman. I would love to ask, how's everybody doing? But let's just go ahead and jump into this. Coach Lemon, what were your thoughts when you first found out that the tournament was going to be canceled?
Shock. Shock is the first initial reaction, even though I think we knew it was coming because of all the news and everything else shutting down, with the SEC tournament shutting down. But we had just finished a great practice. You know, we were there. We were getting ready to play the very next night.
Right.
And it's just shocking, and just really feel for our team.
Coach Shulman, what about you? I know you guys had got down to Florida and getting ready to play a very familiar opponent. What were your thoughts when you first got the phone call or got the text message?
Well, it really started the night before with this fool right here texting me and saying, Dad, I don't feel real good about it. You know, all of a sudden the NBA started bagging it and all these other people. But, you know, there's no way the NCAA tournament can be canceled. There's no way. You can't have that, because that's part of American culture. So we got down there, and like Coach Lemon and the women's team, we got a chance to practice, and I remember talking to them before practice. We got to cherish this time. We may not, who knows what's going to happen after this. Let's cherish this time. And we had a phenomenal practice. And then you lose yourself into practice, and you get all geeked up thinking you're going to play. And then you get the news right after, and it's devastating at that moment.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Now, of course, the workaround was supposed to be that we were going to just have no fans in the stands, of course, close personnel, family. Did any one of y'all think that that was going to be the plan moving forward or whatever, instead of just eliminating everything?
I did. I'm like with Coach Shulman, you know, there's no way you could cancel March Madness. You know, like, we were there. It was NCAA tournament time. All teams were there getting ready to practice. And it was just, I don't know, it's just kind of a loss for words. You know, one of the things that, you know, we found out, we were loading the bus and we found out that they were going to limit the fan base. Mm-hmm. So we decided, all right, you know, it may actually not be a bad thing, right, you know, because we're going into the #1 seed at Lee University. They bring rowdy fans. We're like, we're going to have the same amount of fans. You know, let's fill up this pass list. Let's get this done.
Right.
And like Coach Shulman, we had a great practice. We're getting ready for it. And just a couple hours after practice, not going to happen.
Now, Max, from a player standpoint, you guys are riding a lot of momentum. You know, won a bunch of games down the stretch, win some impressive games at the GSC tournament, win the actual conference tournament to get that automatic seed. I mean, how disappointed were you, especially knowing that you guys were riding that momentum?
It hurt. It really just hurt for seniors mostly. Because knowing they don't get another chance to have a crack at it. But I did get some sort of, some solace. And like, we sort of finished on top. Not sort of, we finished on top. Last thing I remember on the basketball court was cutting down a net, and they can't take that away from us. So it hurt. It hurt more for like the seniors. All the seniors across the country, they don't get a chance to finish what they started. But again, like, we still got to finish the right way. But there's just so much you really never know. You sort of just got to live with that now. But it hurts.
So, Coach Shulman, I've got to ask you this now, because the season is quote-unquote over. What does your off-season even look like right now? Because I even heard there are recruiting restrictions at the moment.
Well, the NCAA has put restrictions, really made everything dead until April 15th. So no off-campus recruiting, no on-campus recruiting. We can text and we can make phone calls. We think we're angling. I'm always looking for an angle anyway. Maybe that would be a pretty good thing, because we're down the road with some guys. But that stops everybody. And so you're sitting there, you're making phone calls, and made a bunch of phone calls the last 2 days, but now some of these kids are waiting for that D1 offer, and now all of a sudden everything's pushed back because they can't visit. Let's say they get an offer, you get an offer, you can't visit till after April 15th, and now it pushes everything back.
It turns the spring semester into just kind of chaos a little bit. You know, like, this is the time where, as soon as we finish our season, we hit the ground running, and we are getting after these kids, recruiting, going to these state tournaments and going to visit them and bringing them on campus, and really trying to get those commitments. And we're just kind of at a standstill right now. We can call them, we can text them. Right. If they haven't come to visit and they were planning to come visit here, I had 2 kids lined up coming next week. Mm-hmm. Can't come now.
Oh, no.
You know, never been on campus before, so just kind of puts everything at a halt right now.
All right, everyone, we want to thank Coach John Shulman, Max Shulman, and Coach Andrea Lemon for joining us today on the Sunday Sit Down. Of course, they were local players and coaches who were affected by the coronavirus and the cancellation and everything on a national scale. Stay with us. We got more Sports Extra coming up right here on WZDX.